Today I'm going to show you how to add more decorative stitches and beads. Thank you, Graham. This is not mine. This is actually Graham's, and I used it to show you what to do, but I will take out all my stitching. So when you get it back, Graham, it will be in its original form.
Hello, my talented artists.
Don't forget to subscribe. First, check to make sure that your letter or shape has at least 4 colors to define the line that you drew in chalk. And now we can add, if you have time, beads and stitches that go in different directions to add interest, like perpendicular or diagonal. The first thing I want to show you is that your stitches don't always have to follow the original line that you drew. You can create variety by changing the direction of the stitch you make. Remember to always start coming in from the back. That's the messy side. And remember to pull your yarn all the way so that the knot is touching. If you have yarn sticking out like that, it's going to be a little bit harder and you won't have as much yarn to work with later. You don't have to make another line that runs right next to the lines you've done, runs parallel. You could have a little stitch that comes out perpendicular. And then I'm just gonna go a little bit away from that stitch. Make sure it's where I want it to be, where I want the needle to be. And I'm going to just have these little lines, these little decorative lines. Remember, embroidery is a decorative art. And I'm going to try to make all the stitches about the same distance from each other. Well, that looks beautiful. And for my very last stitch, I am going to bring it down and have it go across the line. This actually looks like a serif. When you're talking about letter fonts, when they have that little extra fancy thing at the ends, that's called a serif. Beautiful, right? So I still have some extra yarn. I could change colors, I could tie a knot, but I wanted to show you how to add a bead. What you want to do is decide where you want your beads. I'm going to put a bead in between each of these light blue lines all the way. Remember, whatever you do, I want you to repeat it. To add a bead, I'm just going to start like I'm making a regular old stitch. Always look at the back to make sure your yarn is laying flat. I'm gonna show you how to add a bead. Now, some of the beads, like this little yellow bead, that probably won't fit. No, once it gets to here, it doesn't fit. So there's a little trial and error there, see if it fits. I think this one fits. These are called pony beads. And then you just go back in to secure it. And now I have a little bead. And I just continue down with the running stitch. And every time I come up, I add a bead. What color will I do now? Yellow. There we go. I'm at the end of my yarn. What type of knot are we going to tie? That's right, the shoelace knot. That's not the real name. If anybody knows the real name, please add it in the comments, but we've been calling it the shoelace knot because it's the beginning of tying a shoelace. So we cut it, tie our shoelace knot and get more yarn to thread another needle and continue beading so that the beading is consistent all the way through our beautiful embroidery project. No matter where you are in your project, I am very proud of you because embroidery is hard and you're doing a great job.